The sun blazed over Maplewood Drive, casting sharp shadows on the manicured lawns. I stood at the edge of my driveway, heart pounding, staring down Karen, the HOA president, whose clipboard was practically an extension of her arm. She'd been hounding me for weeks, first about my unmowed lawn, then my unapproved porch decorations. But today, her voice was sharper, her eyes narrower. "You can't hold this gathering, Tom," she snapped, waving a violation notice. "No permits, no party." I clenched my fists, the weight of the day pressing on my chest. This wasn't a party. It was my son's homecoming, private first-class Michael, back from a year in a war zone. Karen didn't know. She didn't care. To her, rules were gospel, and my hastily hung banner, balloons, and the small crowd of family violated her sacred HOA code. "It's a safety hazard," she insisted, her voice rising as neighbors peeked from windows. My wife, Ellen, stood behind me, her eyes red from sleepless nights, whispering, "Tom, don't let her ruin this." I tried to explain Michael's service, his sacrifice, the ceremony we'd planned to honor him, but Karen cut me off. "Rules apply to everyone," she said, stepping closer, her shadow falling over the welcome home sign my daughter had painted. The tension snapped like a taut wire. "He's my son," I shouted, my voice cracking. "He's coming home today, and you're standing here with your damn clipboard?" The crowd murmured, some nodding, others shifting uncomfortably. Karen's face hardened. She threatened fines, even police. I could feel the heat rising in my throat. The years of pent-up frustration, Michael's deployment, the sleepless nights, the fear he'd never return boiling over. A neighbor, old Mr. Jenkins, stepped forward, his voice shaky but firm. "Let the boy come home, Karen." She wavered, but her pride held firm. Then we heard a low rumble of a car. Michael's escort. The crowd parted, and there he was, stepping out in his dress blues, his face older than I remembered, his eyes scanning the chaos. He saw the banner, then Karen, then me. "Dad?" he said, voice quiet but steady. I pushed past Karen, my heart splitting open, and hugged him so tight I thought I'd never let go. The crowd erupted in cheers, drowning out Karen's protests. She stood frozen, clipboard limp in her hand, as the neighborhood rallied around Michael. But the victory was bitter. Karen slunk away, but not before muttering about future violations. Later, as we celebrated Michael's return, I overheard whispers some neighbors sided with Karen, citing community standards. It stung. This wasn't just about a party. It was about honoring a hero, my son, who'd risked everything. Yet, even in our joy, the rift in Maplewood Drive was clear. Karen's rules had fractured us, exposing a truth. Not everyone saw sacrifice the same way. That night, Michael thanked me, but his eyes held a shadow. He'd fought for freedom, yet here, in his own neighborhood, petty rules nearly stole his welcome. My heart ached not just for him, but for what we'd become. Was Karen wrong to cling to her rules, or were we wrong to expect exceptions? What does justice look like when community clashes with sacrifice? Share your thoughts. Where do you stand?